Welcome to Operation Research. This video contains the reflection spot. So if you really wish to get the maximum out of this video, I will recommend to keep ready your pen and paper, and whenever certain activity is given, pause the video and perform the activity. So in this video, we are going to see the inventory control. The topic level objective for this video are, at the end of this topic, you should be able to understand the concept of inventory control, understand the terminology related to the inventory control, understand the concept of EOQ, that is economical order quantity, and determine the EOQ for a given situation with the help of one example. So what is an inventory control? Before that, let us try to understand the term inventory. So inventory is the term for goods available for the sale and raw material used to produce the goods available for the sale. So if you have a shop and you sell the goods, so you make a stock of that, and that is the inventory. Or if you are a manufacturing firm, you require the raw material to make other finished good, and you make a stock of that, which is nothing but the inventory. What is an inventory control? Inventory control refers to the process of effectively managing the consumable stock, items, parts, and supplies so that you will have a minimum cost. Let us try to understand the inventory control from our home. At our home, we use lot of consumable items, and one of the most important consumable atom is the grain. So let us assume that in my home we consume 1 kg of grain per day. And how do I make a purchase of that? So let us see, I have a cycle time of 1 day. What is mean by that? I purchase 1 kg of grain every day. I consume that for a complete day, right? And on second day, I purchase one more time 1 kg of grain. So every day this cycle is being repeated. So I get a cycle time of 1 day. Now, how many purchases do I need to make? I need to make a 365 purchases if we count for a complete 1 year, right? So this is one way to purchase the consumable atom required at home. What could be a different approach? Let us say the second approach is the week cycle time. So I have a cycle time of 1 week. So what I am doing, so on very first day of week I am purchasing 7 kg of grains which are sufficient for me for a complete week, and on the first day of second week I will be again purchasing the 7 kg of grain that will be sufficient for that week, and this cycle will be continued for a complete 52 weeks, for a complete 1 year. So I will need to make the 52 purchases in a complete 1 year. Can there be any other approach? Yes, there can be a cycle time of 1 month, in which what I am doing, I am purchasing the grain. Let us assume that 30 kg average number of days in a month, 30 kg of grains, and that will be sufficient for me for a complete 1 month. At the end of month, I will be exhausted with the grains, and on the very first day of next month I will again purchase the 30 kg of grain, and the cycle will continue for 12 months. So I will need to make a 12 number of purchases, right? Can there be any one more kind of an approach to this? So yes, so what I can do, I can go for only one cycle throughout the year. So what I will do, I will purchase all the 365 kg grains required for one complete year on very first day of my year, right? And there will not be any intermediate purchases, right? So I have full stock required for a complete year, on very first day of year, right? So there could be several such approaches to make the purchase of an inventory. So till now we have seen that we can have a daily purchase, we can have a weekly purchase, we can have a monthly purchase or annual purchase. Now here is a question for you. What is the best strategy to purchase the goods? So just think on this and write down your answer on a piece of paper. Hope you must have given the thought for this question. So we have these 4 strategies from daily purchase, weekly purchase, monthly purchase and annual purchase. Now if we make a closer look, here the number of purchases are very high and they are decreasing, and here you have only one purchase throughout the year. Whereas in this case you don't have to need to store the stock, right? Because you are purchasing the stock on every day, so there is no storage problem. But as we go to this side, you may have to make a store, you may have to make a provision to store the stock, and which may add the cost. So let us try to see what are the advantages and disadvantages of these different strategies. So if you go for very frequent purchase, your ordering cost will be high because there will be some cost associated with every order, and as you are making maximum number of orders over here, so your order cost will be high, but your holding cost will be low because you are purchasing a very small quantity of atom which you don't need to store, so your holding cost will be low. On the other side, as you are making very less number of orders, you are placing very less number of orders, so order cost will be very less, but you may have to go for the making a stock of that, which will require certain money, which will increase the holding cost. Now these are not the only 4 ways, right? So you can have a different number of approaches. So you can make 10 kg of purchase, 15 kg of purchase, 20 kg of purchase. So you have unlimited options. So how do I decide what is the best strategy for me, which will provide me the minimum cost? If I plot a graph between the annual the cost of an total cost of an purchase related to purchase and the quantity which I purchase, right? So I will get this kind of an graph. So this line, this blue line, represent the ordering cost. So as my quantity is increasing, my ordering cost is decreasing. So, and as my quantity is increasing, my holding cost is increasing. So there are 2 different variables which run in opposite, but there will be some point where they cross to each other, and this point I can consider that it will provide me the lowest cost, and there will be some quantity associated with which I called as an EOQ, that is the economical order quantity. So what is an economical order quantity? It is the quantity for an making the order which is the most economical. So let us try to understand this EOQ model in detail. So at the beginning of month, you have a certain stock which is represented over here. So these are the number of stocks at the very beginning of an cycle time. Now you can see that there is something called as a reorder point. What is this reorder point? We will see next. Now you start consuming those atoms, so your atoms will decrease as you progress with the time, right? Okay, now reorder point is a quantity of an atoms, or it is a time at which you will place the order beforehand. So this is the point which is represented by this reorder point, which we call it as a reorder point. So when stock is at this level, you have to place the order so that it will, because it is going to take certain time to get order reached at your end, until that you can use this stock, right? So at this reorder point you are placing the order, right, and the steel consumption is continued, right, and till that time you will receive the new order, right? So again this complete stock is available and second cycle will start. Again you will start consuming the atoms, right? And once it reaches to the reorder point, you will place the order one more time and you will again consume the remaining atoms until that time your order will reach, and this way the things will continue. So let us see the terminology related to the inventory control. So demand is an deterministic and it is denoted by D units per year. So what is I mean by deterministic? That I know certainly that this much amount of goods I will need, so I make it a deterministic and it is denoted by the D. So this is my annual requirement of an good. Price per unit or cost of purchase per unit is C. Ordering cost or procurement cost or replenishment cost is CO. Now let us try to understand that these two costs are different. So many students get confused with these two costs. This C is the cost of unit, whereas when you place the order and you receive the order for certain number of goods, you require certain more money, maybe for transportation and similar things, to get the order at your place, and that is called as an ordering cost. Then there is an holding cost or carrying cost per unit atom over the 1 year of an time period. So what is this holding cost? As you make a stock of atoms, you may have to go for the warehouse, you may have to make the certain arrangements to store the atom, and that will cost you, and that cost is considered as a carrying cost or holding cost. Then there is an order size. So this is the number of unit which you are purchasing at a time, and the cycle period is T. Also there will be a delivery lead time, okay, which is expressed in units of time. So how do I calculate this EOQ, that is economical order quantity? So for which the formula is given over here. With the help of this formula you can find out the EOQ, and you can also find out the total cycle period with this formula, and this will be the number of orders you are required to place per year. Then what will be the total annual cost which we want to actually minimize? So total annual cost will be given by the annual purchase cost plus annual holding cost plus annual ordering cost. So we want such number of atoms to be procured at a time so that I will have a total minimum total annual cost. Here is an example of calculating the EOQ. So a manufacturer uses an atom at a uniform rate of 20,000 units per year. The manufacturer estimated the ordering cost as ₹50 per order and holding cost as 12.5% of the average inventory value. Find the optimum order size, that is the EOQ, number of orders per year, time period per order, and the total cost. So given data is D, which is the annual demand, which is given as 20,000 units, CO, that is the that is the ordering cost per order, which is given as ₹50. Holding cost is given as a percentage value, so the holding cost. If I put all this value in this equation, I will get the value of economic order quantity, which is nothing but the 4,000 units. So if I make a purchase of 4,000 units at a time, it will be most cost effective. So if I make a purchase of 4,000 units, the total cycle time will be given by EOQ divided by D, which is nothing but the 1/5 of an year, and which is nothing but the 73 days. So this is the cycle period T. If we represent this all the data on this model, so on at every 73 days I'm going to make a purchase of 4,000 atoms, which is nothing but the EOQ. So this is the answer for these questions. Thank you.